dumbstruck young mouth of yours will be silenced forever.
Judge, are you seeing this shit? This is a threat. This man is threatening me with violence.
The prosecution calls its next witnesses.
Very well, officer. Bring forth the witness at once.
Witnesses. So this game is they will introduce multi-witness testimonies.
Ah.
Witnesses, kindly state your names and occupations for the court. So you'll have two witnesses to voice now.
Yes, sir. The Great Nippon Imperial Army Sergeant Iesa Nosa reporting for duty, sir. Myself, I find employed as a purveyor of fine articles of antiquity from the efflorescence of our nation, Nippon, and conduct my trade from Rasute, a humble residence in the premises in the 2nd District, Curio Korikuta, at your service. An antique dealer and a soldier. What an unusual pairing. I ship it.
Both of these gentlemen were present at the restaurant on the day in question. They must be the diners at the other table that the waiter mentioned.
Myself, I habitually take tea from the most exquisite aroma in establishment in question, always post-noon, and not infrequently converse with interested parties regarding the curios with which I make my business. I can't understand a word that old man is saying.
He's an antique dealer, and it sounds like he's a regular at La Carnival. He seeks out potential customers who may have an interest in antiques, tries to sell his wares to them. He obviously targets La Carnival because it's a high-class restaurant, with rich clientele.
Right, I see, although, to be honest, that sergeant looks more like he'd be a seller rather than a buyer. What's that supposed to mean?
Now, you both witnessed the precise moment of this most atrocious incident. Is that correct?
Affirmative. The enemy unit was seen attacking the foreigner in what can only be described as an act of war, sir. It was that black-uniformed rogue infantryman over there with who unloaded his firearm, sir. I am messing up lines like nothing else.
That's okay.
This man's as impossible to understand as the other. But I'm almost sure I heard a strange noise during that last thing he said.
Did you actually hear it?
Was it like a clink of metal?
No, there was a noise there. You'll hear it again if you didn't actually, listen out. So, this is the decisive evidence the prosecution was threatening.
I was focusing on delivering the lines.
Crap to me. Yeah, that's okay. It's pretty subtle. Yeah. Once you hear it, you'll pick it up. The soldier is claiming that he actually saw the precise moment you shot the victim dead.
Yes.
Well, are you starting to feel uncomfortable?
If I'm honest, I was feeling uncomfortable from the start. Now, the court will hear your formal testimony, please. You will state everything you saw at the precise moment the incident occurred. The baby?
That was much easier to hear that time.
Is he carrying a baby in his other hand? What the fuck?
Yeah.
Sir, yes, sir. Yeah. Standing by, ready to report, sir. Unsavory memories of a most acerbic afternoon. These are very fun characters.
Their names are also funny as well.
I was ingesting a regulation beefsteak at the restaurant while having a tactical discussion with this old man. Myself, I was extolling the virtues of a particularly fine golden curio to the military gentleman. At that precise moment, a firearm was discharged. I observed the enemy's... I heard it. I observed the enemy's actions with my own eyes. The blacked uniform varsity cadet fired on the English civilian, and from the back, the cowardly little weasel. He's wrong. Immediately wrong. It wasn't from the back, it was from the front. Because it had no exit wound.
Yeah, so
I just keep going at this stage. Do I have to just hear the testimony through and then I can cross-examine?
Yeah, so they have to finish giving their testimony and then you can start the cross-examination.
Yeah, let's do that.
Where you're free to press or present and stuff. Well, not always free to present, because you lose a strike if it's the wrong time. Yeah.
Well, with saves coming, always free to present.
Always free to present, yeah.
I was on my hands and knees investigating the whereabouts of my mysteriously absconded precious curio. Oh my god, maybe it's not a baby, maybe it's a monkey?
Have to wait and see.
Well, so, you, Sergeant Nosa, actually witnessed the vital moment? You saw the split second when the defendant fired the weapon at the victim. Yes, sir, affirmative, sir, that wicked university cadet, sir, the cruel and unforgivable enemy. That guy's pulled out a fucking knife? What times we live in, where an English gentleman be assailed in the broad light of day.
Corrector is hack and hate.
Yeah. She's got fucking everything. Nora's got a fucking baby, and Collector's has just got... But this is ridiculous. I didn't shoot anyone.
Is that really true, Ryunosuke?
Yes, all I did was pick up a gun that I saw lying on the floor. Never do that. Bad idea. After I said hello to Dr. Wilson, I went back to my table and sat drinking some coffee. Then, when I finished, I got up from my seat to leave the restaurant, when I noticed an English-made gun next to the chair where the professor was sitting. I thought perhaps the professor had dropped it. So I bent down, and just as I was picking it up... Oh, so it was the lady across the table, possibly. Because she was also at a distance where it would have done that.
Yeah.
Because, I mean...
Well, if that's the truth.
Well, if this is the truth.
There was obviously a criminal on the scene somewhere. Sorry, I was just reading the line.
That's
but yeah, like it would stand to reason that it would be someone else, yeah. And somewhere in these two witnesses' testimonies, there's a clue as to who that criminal was.
There is?
Ryunosuke, you must exercise your right to cross-examine the witnesses.
He's drawn his sword.
Yeah, he's got it ready.
Oh, you know. Cross-examine? Where does the sword come into this picture?
Do it now.
Do what? You giving me your sword?
As we have heard, Your Excellency, there is no room for doubt in the testimony of these witnesses. The defendant is clearly guilty. It is time to bring this despicable student to justice.
Certainly. The testimony the court has just heard eliminates any vestige of doubt. Therefore, it is my grave duty to declare the verdict of this his eyes. What in the name of the Emperor is the meaning of this outburst? The defense demands the right to a cross-examination.
Dear me, dear me. Let me guess. The Hachimaki headband boy next door told me to do it. How pathetic.
Huh? How did he know?
Prosecution objects. This is a clear waste of time. The defendant obviously has no experience. How can he possibly carry out a cross-examination? Igiori! The defense is asserting its right to a cross-examination.
Oh.
Whether or not you think he's capable of it is irrelevant.
Fucking got him.
Oh.
Kazuma is so commanding. Very well. Let the defense conduct a cross-examination of the witnesses.
Alright. This is where the battle really begins, Ryunosuke.
But I don't even know what I have to do in a cross-examination.
Isn't it obvious? You have to expose the lies in the witnesses' statements.
How? You didn't fire the gun, which means what the soldier said has to be a lie. Well, yes, but it's just a case of proving it. And the key to doing that is evidence. Right, evidence. All you need to do is present some decisive and indisputable evidence that proves the witness is lying. Now let's go, Ryunosuke. Don't let them beat you. All right then. It's all or nothing. Ooh. What the witnesses saw.
Yeah, so the general strategy is to always press just for extra info. But
and then
if you're
drill them.
And then present, yeah, but if you're that certain, like
So
before you
here-
present,
So here,
Yeah,
just
press
for
R.
argument's sake, I could do L to press.
yeah, and you just get a bit more info. And sometimes pressing is enough to get to the next sort of step.
Yeah. But if they're just obviously wrong, you just go like, yeah, fuck you.
You can just shove it in their face.
So this black uniformed university cadet, you're saying that was... I've had just about enough of your sauce, cadet. Who else do you see around here in black uniform, huh? Well, there's someone standing right next to me who fits the description as well, but... It was you, you little weasel. You unloaded the firearm on that man, from behind his back, and you call yourself a citizen of the great empire of Niton. You disgust me. Ignore the baby noise. Huh.
What is it, Ryunosuke?
I'm not quite sure. Something that sergeant just said, but I can't put my finger on it. Something's playing on my mind.
In that case, check back over the details of the evidence you've gathered in the court record. And if you find an inconsistency there with what the witness just said, then don't hold back. Present the evidence to the court, thrust it in the witness's face, and make him choke on it.
Oh, Prime Presser awarded. Gaining.
Achievements? Yeah, a couple of the achievements in this game are like, have to do with like how you press, like some of the like courtroom interactions, and some of them are for just like observing certain things.
Wait, what?
Oh, you just click, it'll reset now. So like, normally when you have like, you go to the last statement and press A, there's a little convo with you and your counsel, and then it goes back to the start again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, we've I think we've done all this so far.
Yeah. The customer is just explaining basically how to testify, how to cross-examine. So it's always worth, actually now, that's a good time to save as well, because we're at a decision point. Yeah.
Do you do a 2 save slot system? Just in case anything bad happens?
I don't, but sometimes if I... Yeah. I don't,
like,
but maybe
I
I
just
should.
alternate, and I save over the older slot. Because there's times, especially in like PC games, where like it'll corrupt your data or something, and it's good to at least have something that's somewhat recent, rather than...
That's actually a good idea. Yeah, definitely. For that reason, that's definitely a really good idea. Because then, yeah, you're right. Like, if something does screw up, you've got to back up.
Okay.
So just check the court record, which, even though it says present, will be R.
Yeah. I think it's this statement. Yeah.
Yeah. Getting a little bit of delay. Yeah, this says shot from the front.
I think in the this report they said it was like a vascular something or other, so he got shot in the heart from the front and bled.
Yeah. So, and to be honest, it looks like either of those two pieces would work for this statement.
Yeah, yeah. What are you playing at, cadet? What is the meaning of this insubordination? Of this subordination?
Yeah.
Not insubordination. Thrusting some photographic print in my moustache. His moustache looks like it's about to take off any moment. Inconsistency, sir. I mean, yes. I like how he checks his hand.
It
There's a
checked the
clear
slap.
inconsistency here.
What nonsense. What can this print possibly tell us that we don't already know?
I wonder if they're going to try to do some bullshit like the coat was on the back of the chair and they shot through that. Like, I wonder if they're going to try to do that.
Take that angle. Yeah, I mean...
Yeah. Well, obviously, that, I know what I want to say, but the words just won't come out of my mouth.
I think this proves beyond any doubt, Your Excellency, that there is no place for an amateur student here in this grand courtroom.
This is so frustrating. They can do a lot more within the 3D environment with like the camera and all that.
They can. Oh, please. Surely this doesn't require an explanation. Couldn't be more plain. To spell it out would be an insult to the court.
Oh, fucking got him. Kazuma? What?
What are you talking about? Yeah. It's apparent from a single glance at the photographic print presented by the defense that there's a clear discrepancy here with the sergeant's statement.
I wonder if Ryunosuke learnt his finger point from Kazuma and then passed that down.
Potentially. Could have passed on through the generations. What? The way he's watching him, yeah. It's a nice little headcanon. Sergeant Nosa.
Yes, sir. What, sir?
The statement you just made was... Yeah. The statement you just made was this. The black uniformed varsity cadet fired on the English civilian, and from the back, the cowardly little weasel.
Yes! I just saw military-grade eyes. Yes, sir. Affirmative, sir. I witnessed the crime with my own military-grade eyes, sir.
Hi.
No, that just can't be. And why not, cadet? Because he looks to his...
He's calling him for help. Take a close look at the print. The victim, Dr. Wilson, died from a bullet wound to the chest.
People don't have chests on the back of their body, only on the front.
Sergeant, according to your witness statement, the culprit shot victim from behind. And that is the obvious discrepancy here. Well, how do you explain it?
Shoving the baby down. What was that? Something just popped up from behind his back, but he pushed it down again. Certainly, there is a clear discrepancy with the facts here. I kept my eyes closed. I don't know what the fuck that was. Would you not agree, Sergeant Nosa? Yes, sir. At this juncture, that would appear to be indisputable. Until the moment I heard the firearm discharge, my eyes were... firmly fixed on the delicious La Carnival steak, sir.
What?
What?
The last testimony of the court has proven one thing beyond all reasonable doubt. This witness, Sergeant Nusa, did not see the defendant firing a gun at all.
What is this, baby?
That's absurd. I think the conclusion we must draw is simple. There is no place for an amateur prosecutor here in this grand courtroom.
executed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh. Oh, there's been a complete turnabout. Get it? Turnabout? In the mood
said
of
the
this
word.
trial, just from that one discrepancy. What an epic gamer, Kazuma.
Yeah.
So this is what being an ace attorney is all about. Oh, they said the title?
They said the name.
No, but I definitely saw him. That university cadet there. He was pointing the firearm directly at the victim's back. But I never fired the gun. All I did was pick it up off the floor. And you, old man? You didn't see the moment the victim was shot either? Myself, I've already been quite clear. The gunshot interested me not. I was far too busy on the floor. So that both these witnesses are just fucking useless. Too busy
They didn't
on the
say
floor?
anything. Yeah.
Sorry, what were you doing? Hunting for treasure.
Treasure.
Oh. Indeed, the Hoera Koban, my prized coin. I bet the baby took it. On each occasion when I visited that restaurant, it is my habitude to place my bosom pocket a particular trinket of interest from my shop, Rasute. In the hope of meeting a rich diner who might like to buy it from you. Oh, on the day under scrutiny, it was the military man that I preferred my Hoe treasure. Believed that he would purchase such a rare find, I did not, but I was presented with little alternative. And then, after averting my eyes for the briefest of moments, it was there no more. It simply vanished.
The Koban vanished?
Hunting around under the table I was, in case mayhap it had fallen there, and then it happened. You heard the gunshot, you mean? Sorry, nicked your line.
Oh, I know.
Moving on.
Yeah, it's fine.
Indeed I did, but I heeded it not, for I was concerned only with finding my absconded Hoe treasure. Nothing could distract me.
Out of interest, did you find the coin in the end?
No.
I see.
That lamentable day, the precious Hoe Koban was lost to me. No doubt some unscrupulous scoundrel pocketed the prize coin for himself. Nosa looking away. As I am sure everyone present is aware, this case demands a swift and decisive resolution. Our government has promised to send a full report to Great Britain by telegraph this very afternoon. Okay, well that's new.
Nevertheless, the witness testimony the court has just heard was inconclusive. No matter how subservient our government feels it must be to the British, it would be unforgivable to deliver a verdict on this trial right now.
What is your position, Prosecutor Auchi?
Worry not, Your Excellency. The defendant may have fled a tiger at the front gate, but he will find a wolf at the back. My witnesses have further testimony to make.
Ooh. So they lied, in short. Explain.
Upon hearing their next statements, it will become abundantly clear that there is only one person who could have possibly committed this despicable crime. The equally despicable defendant, Ryunosuke Naruhodo.
What?
He really seems to have a despicable opinion of you, doesn't he?
Very well. The court invites the witnesses to testify again. You will thoroughly explain the reasoning behind the prosecution's allegation. Is that clear? As clear as Kiriko glass, Your Excellency. Yes, sir. At once, sir. Awaiting signal to testify, sir. Excuse me, but there's something or someone peeking out over your shoulder, I think. Affirmative. The newest member of the Nosa's family to rise up through the ranks, sir. Name, Ido.
It seems those straps are a sign of the sergeant being too strapped to afford a nanny.
So he couldn't have bought the coin, but may have taken it.
Yeah.
Ido. Tension. That's adorable. Your father is about to quell the enemy. Watch and learn, my boy. The true culprit. Even if what I saw wasn't the precise moment the firearm was discharged, it's almost the same thing. Yes, pointing his gun at the foreign man he was, that young lad in black. That much I myself did see. Furthermore, the visual search of the premises at the time confirmed that there was only personnel present. Indeed, alone he was, the Englishman, dining all by himself. Therefore, none other than the black uniform cadet could have dispatched the Englishman. Over and out. These testimonies are so... Wait,
Oh.
that's nonsense. The victim, Dr. Wilson, wasn't alone at all.
Please, enough of these outbursts already.
But there was a woman. There was a young woman at his table. You must have seen her. Everyone must have seen her. I like how they're both looking away.
Looking away, yeah. Yaddy! If you call yourself a lawyer, then you will respect the rules of this court and speak accordingly. We are not here to listen to your fantasies. It is evident beyond all reasonable doubt that the victim was alone at the table the time of the incident. Prosecution has photographic evidence of this.
Oh, there's only one stake.
Yeah.
Is this a photographic print of the scene of the crime, counsel?
Indeed, the table of the table at which the victim was dining, taken by an investigator immediately after the incident. As can plainly be seen, there's only one place set.
Certainly, based on the appearance of this print. It would be reasonable to conclude that the victim was not in the company of anyone else. This doesn't make any sense. The court will add this new photographic evidence to the record. The photographic print of the crime scene has been entered into the court record. I don't understand. What's going on here? It's just not possible that nobody else saw that woman.
The waiter before said the same thing. He maintains that Dr. Wilson came to the restaurant alone as well.
But that's not true. I saw her. I swear that I saw a woman with him. It would seem that we'll be able to telegraph the report to Great Britain on time after all. The witness testimonies we have heard leave no further room for doubt.
These are very sensitive political times, as we all know. The ink is still fresh on the treaty with Great Britain. To think that I, Taketsuchi Auchi, will have contributed to the amity of these two great empires is an honor.
Poor Inosuke. How can this be happening? The judge is ready to rule. I imagine
Stand
this is
tall,
Kazuma.
Ryunosuke. It's not over yet.
What?
If what you say is true, then there's something going on here behind the scenes. And now it is your chance to expose it, to draw out the truth in your cross-examination.
I don't know, Kazuma. The defense is entitled to cross-examine the witness, but make it quick, understood?
Rules can be so unbending at times.
The true culprit.
So now, cross-examination is always a good time for a cheeky save.
Yeah. I might also switch on that text skip thing, because some of the council ones, you don't really need to voice it, and you just need to quickly scan it and then go goodbye.
Yeah, because we'll be voicing all night if we're running everything. So yeah, that's fair enough.
Because a few of them I'm just like, this is we don't need this.
Yeah.
Because a lot of this is just tutorial stuff, which I broadly know from the earlier games, but
yeah, they're basically there is some new stuff to the elements now, but well, if you don't want to voice them, then you may as well press and get the info, and we don't have to we can just discuss what we read rather than having to voice all of the things.
I think that's fine
for the press. Yeah. So give him a.
Okay, that's some bullshit. So. No, it's not the same thing at all. For a start, I didn't fire that gun. Okay.
Yeah.
Fledgling cadet. Okay, so with the skip, you just it ends the current type out.
Yeah. So you could just go straight to the end. Yeah.
Did you see me blink? What is Auchi's point here? How could I? Wait, no, it's not an under. Auchi's just bullshitting here.
Yeah.
Tension. Oh yeah, okay. So that still doesn't prove anything.
Yeah. It takes you the
witnessed it, isn't that so? I mean, he didn't witness shit.
Yeah, no, he was under the table.
Yeah, pointing a gun at the fireman. Well, no, he didn't, because he didn't see it.
He didn't see the shot, but I guess he saw Naruto holding the gun. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so drinking my coffee. Okay, we've kind of done this.
Yeah.
I was mainly trying to draw the point that he wasn't paying attention and that he didn't give a shit about. He said himself he didn't care about the gunshot. So.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
He found a pistol on the floor, picked it up. Whereas conversely, I failed to pick up the Coben on the floor. Oh, okay.
So if I did see you with pistol in hand, standing over the foreigner.
Okay, so there were only we were the only. Well, then the butler.
Yeah. What about Hosonaga? Yeah.
Actually, I'm just gonna straight up present to that because I think he's just.
I mean, I don't know what you can present though. What piece of evidence do you have that contradicts that?
Can
you can't present
profiles?
You can't present profiles. No. So,
okay. Well, in that case, we just have to press it.
Yeah. Generally, it's maybe for time you might not want to, but generally it's better to just press on every statement, unless the judge says, "Oi, you're in thin ice. No more disruptions except if they're relevant." It's generally just accepted to press, or unless you know for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're talking about the woman, but the woman isn't. I mean, I guess the butler may have been in the back room.
Yeah, that's true. Hosonaga. He was a waiter, so he could have been in behind the counter.
Yeah. Why was he alone? Well, there was a reason. Wait, there was a reason he was dying alone.
Here we go. And this is another
let's
reason why.
voice this bit. Yeah.
This was found in the victim's jacket pocket.
What is that, Counsel?
It is a medical report card, Your Excellency. It would seem that the victim had an appointment at a clinic prior to visiting the restaurant.
Hotter clinic. Yes, there would indeed appear to be an entry for the date in question. 16th of November, noon to past 1 p.m.
Very day of the incident. So the victim went for a late lunch following his appointment. The explanation couldn't be more simple. Prosecution felt no need to submit this evidence before, as it really has no bearing on the case.
Does it, Auchi?
I wonder. What do you think, Ryunosuke?
Well, it's hard to see how it could be related, really.
Remember, you can request for it to be entered into the court record as evidence if you think it could be useful.
Should I ask for Dr. Wilson's medical report card to be submitted as evidence or not? Oh, better not.
Hell yes. Auchi stinks. Hi!
If I may, I'd like to ask for the medical report card to be submitted as evidence, Your Excellency.
On what grounds? The court has already heard conclusive witness testimony. Additional evidence would be extraneous.
Would it, though?
What's he trying to cover up? Not to mention that the victim's movements prior to his arrival at the restaurant are of no concern.
They are very much concerned because he arrived there alone and they were just saying, isn't that so sus?
Yeah. Whether or not they are of concern is up to us to decide. We have a right to explore all possible avenues.
I beg your pardon?
You have no authority to refuse a perfectly valid request for the submission of evidence. Yeah, we can.
Yeah, if there's a lot of back and forth, I'll just take the opposite. So you're not talking to yourself too much.
I feel myself.
Very well. The court will grant the defense's request. Yeah.
Youngsters these days are forever asserting their rights. It is a most disturbing trend. Boomer.
A bit of a boomer moment. Officer, kindly add the victim's medical report card to the court record.
Alright, now's actually a good time for you to check the court record, because we also got another photo.
I did, and I want to...
What we need right now is new clues. So yeah, let's have a look at all the stuff we got. So, you can look...
actually, there was a description there. Carbonated water and a steak lunch.
So you can look at this photo, you can look at the previous photo as well, because like that's also his steak. And then you could look at the medical report, yeah. Oh, there's no more details on it yet. It won't let us... Can you interact with it?
No.
No, okay, so we have to... It'll give us more...
Because what I'm thinking here is there's something about his health that is important. And the fact that... I mean, you can see that the table is only set for 2 people. Not 4, not 1. Well, it's set for 1 person, but it's got 2 chairs.
There's 2 chairs, yeah.
And, you know, if he was shot from the front, the only way that could have happened while he was eating is if the person across from him, because Naruhodo was like over here.
Yeah, it was to the
so
side,
it would have been from an angle.
Yeah. It's not letting us look at the medical report yet, but I guess it will soon.
Yeah.
Okay. Cosmo's probably... Yeah.
Yeah, okay, every angle.
There you go. So this might be the 3D,
right,
the 3D tutorial.
Day after the festival already for you. Oh, that's just a reference.
Yeah.
I think this is like tutorial bit. No room for doubt, for free to, yeah, blah, 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 blah.
No, okay, so I guess you can't look at them yet. Just keep pressing on. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, so this was the next one.
Yeah. Because clearly the medical report is important, but the game is not letting us like actually read the content of it.
Yeah.
But like if you open the court record, it's not letting you interact with it yet. So
he was dining alone. So the testimonies, the old man, the soldier, and waiter all agree on that point. Yeah, only one. I mean, you don't always have to eat with someone, because what if that person had already eaten? Because it's
what if she'd had like coffee that had been cleared from the table or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or what if Kazuma had just walked up and taken the coffee?
Taken the coffee. I've dumped it on this table.
Yeah, meal for one. Okay, well, I mean, this is all basically just saying the same thing.
Yeah.
I think this is just leading into a tutorial, so I'm just going to keep going through it. If so, then
Yeah,
why?
okay.
Oh, yeah, cool. Oh, fuck. No, I did
That's okay. We might see what they say here.
We've
We
got
need
new
information.
information. Well, yes, but we don't feel like it changes much. These are sure. Let me see
Yes,
that.
here we
Okay,
go.
okay, now we can actually inspect that.
Yeah.
How should I examine this thing in my hand? There's the ones you may examine. Press A, and you can take a closer look. Use bar. Oh, okay, this is the 3D.
Delay.
They're trying not to flip it over.
Yeah.
To like show you what is actually the useful piece of information.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can like present a specific part of the evidence.
Yeah, or you can like find
you can
things
hunt for
around there
human-
that
Okay. 'Cause I think
something that's highlighted will be something that if they flash, it's something of interest. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think in a previous
then-
game they also had like it's like a pocket knife or something that didn't look like a pocket knife, and you could flip it open to see the extra detail. Okay, press A to investigate further. So partner. Yeah, they're just repeating the same piece of information.
Okay, so you can have a look at the front. There was
Okay,
a
so
point
there's something to look out at the back.
in the example that the very bottom had one. So you can it'll just give you a bit more context. So if you press A, they'll just
They
ban
have little like 2D ones. That's cute.
Yeah.
It's hot
So it's hot
clinic
and
on this
clinic.
medical report, Claude. I hate clinics almost as much as I hate hospitals and surgeries. Jesus, okay.
Aren't they all the same?
When I was 5, I caught the only cold I've ever had in my life. As opposed to Phoenix.
Yeah.
And I remember, even though I felt awful already, I have to have this hideous injection in my right arm. Ugh. I'll never forget it. I'll never in my whole life. Most people would give their right arm.
Most people would give their right arm to have had only one cold in their whole life. Anyway, I don't think this is a clinic where they treat people for illnesses like that. Let's keep looking for clues. We don't want to miss anything.
Okay.
It's an
Backside.
acre. Yeah.
Oh, it's a dentist. Wait, the date is blank.
And then there's you may as well click on that, and then you can probably open it by clicking the thing before.
Yeah.
The top there.
It looks like this medical report card was first issued quite some time ago.
It's probably a record of long-term treatment, that's why. With a family doctor, I imagine.
Well, I can't imagine going to a doctor. I mean, as long as I'm alive, I'm never consulting one.
Well, if you were dead, there'd be no point. So you don't like doctors, then?
Why would you? They make you drink horrible tasting medicine, they give you painful injections, and then they demand lots of money from you for the privilege. Oh, well, you're at your lowest ebb.
You sound like a model patient. With a bad case of stubbornness, no less, for which the only cure is the very bitter medicine indeed. There you go, so you got an achievement for that. So, alright, click there. Open her up. I think it's probably just all the same. Yeah, so smack one. Let's have a look. This is some kind of medical history. Ah, and there's an entry for the day the professor was killed.
All the same.
Yeah. Extraction of molar
with topical
anesthesia. Sorry, it was Kazuma's line.
Yeah, this is really confusing because you don't see the little nib. Topical
You do.
anesthesia.
It's pointing to.
Oh, it's not as obvious. Sorry.
Yeah.
Extraction of molar. You mean he had a tooth taken out?
It would seem so. Before the incident, he'd had a bad tooth removed.
Why would he be eating a steak?
Eating steak. Eh? Perhaps they use laughing gas. That's the most modern practice in the West for pain relief.
Yes, I've heard of this anesthesia. Although it's hard to believe there's anything that can actually stop you feeling pain.
Ah, there's a cautionary note from the medical practitioner as well. Strictly no food or drink besides water for 3 hours post-procedure, until anesthetic effects have passed.
Really?
Sounds like information worth bearing in mind.
Aha. Medical report card.
There you go, so now we got the info. While we're here, we did want to examine the waiter's card. Maybe now that we've got the
maybe I
3D.
can.
Maybe you can, yeah.
Yep. With this new information, the meaning of that one particular statement totally changes.
So, I think it's time we listen to the testimony again, don't you?
Definitely.
So you can press R to look at the court record, but it puts you in the present menu. So just be careful not to accidentally present.
Oh, with it.
So anything that has that little magnifying glass means you can look at it. Oh yeah, so you can flip it over. You can look at all the things now. That's his badge, yeah.
Oh, well.
His ID number.
901.
Yeah. It is interesting to look at the little things, but yeah, if you want to keep things moving along, it's probably better to...
That's not even 3D.
Yeah. Will the card be 3D?
I wanted to see that, yes.
It's 3D.
Yeah, Chief Inspector Satoru Hosonaga, Primary Criminal Division.
He's a policeman. He's an inspector.
He's not a...
So click on it and it'll like... The new information will update it. Well, that's unexpected.
What is?
Look, do you see it says the witness's name here? Satoru Hosonaga.
Well, yes, business cards do tend to show the person's name. That's sort of the point.
It's not the name that's unexpected. It's his job title.
His job? Oh! Chief Inspector Satoru Hosonaga, Primary Criminal Investigation Division, Imperial Police Bureau.
What a mouthful.
What a mouthful. Inspector? What on earth?
I have no idea. But let's face it, police have a lot of power and influence. If they're wielding it somehow here.
Aha.
Yeah. So now you've got the info. Now it's updated for when we
can later somehow use that piece of information.
Use that. Yeah.
I think we kind of heard that information there.
Yeah.
And
now I think it's. You can look at the photos. They won't be 3D.
On the back of those, yeah.
You can still like pour over those with the magnifying glass if you're curious.
And can we get the profiles too? No, we can't present profiles.
No, you can't.
So what was the useful piece? Yeah, pointing his gun at the forearm hand. Dining by himself. I mean, this is probably the one.
Yeah. What's the next statement though? We'll just double check. And just press B.
No one other than the...
Yeah, so it is probably the first one.
Yeah. Gotcha. I thought I was having to present a specific part, which I guess would make sense.
Yeah.
Well, I think, What are you wittering, lad? Call yourself a lawyer. I wish I could. But first and foremost here, I'm the accused.
Ryunosuke. Everyone stumbles on their words occasionally. Under the circumstances, I wouldn't worry about it.
Thanks, Kazuma.
See it quite clearly in that cross-examination you just carried out. And you raised your hand straight up like that, so purposefully.
Amazing.
You knew exactly what it was you wanted to say.
Oh.
Don't feel like you have to choose your words carefully. Just say what you're thinking.
All right. And thanks for the advice. Korekuta-san. This is a medical report card belonging to the victim. I see. And I don't see. What of it, boy? Comparing what is written on this report card with your witness statement... Oh, he gets faster each time. Something clearly doesn't add up.
Oh, we got a message in chat.
Hey, David. Good to catch you. It's been a while. Hope things have been going well for you in the many years it's been. Yeah, I went to same uni.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Well, welcome. stream. Yeah.
Welcome. All right.
Dear me. Have you forgotten my words so soon, you amateur?
Sorry, what?
You are not to interrupt my court proceedings with your amateurish drivel.
But...
Let's see if I can explain it in words you might understand. It was after 2 p.m. in the afternoon when the victim was murdered at the restaurant. Whatever he may or may not have done before that time is completely irrelevant.
Well, not if it has, like, holdover effects.
No.
But that's,
Remember, Ryunosuke, you don't have to use clever language or fancy words. Just make your point. Your Excellency, I believe we're finished here. There is surely no need to prolong this trial further. The witness testimonies the court have heard have been clear and concise. This medical report card has no bearing on the matter at all. For the simple reason that there is no one. Oh,
he just said not.
He cut him in. Yeah.
This medical report has nothing to do with the case. Do you really believe that?
What? That outburst half petrified me, boy. Of course I believe it. How could it possibly be relevant?
Perhaps because Hotte Clinic, which issued the report card, is a dental clinic.
A dental clinic? Is that supposed to mean something to me?
Perhaps if I told you that the victim had just had a tooth extracted? Oh, what's this now? And furthermore, if I told you that as a result, the victim had been forbidden from eating? Oh. Now, just what are you trying to say, cadet? He had orders not to eat, so what? This says the soldier.
Yeah.
It's all written up in here. No food or drink other than water for 3 hours post-procedure while anesthesia wears off.
What? No, that can't.
What? I love this. Korikuta-san. What, boy, what? As you just heard, when he was killed sometime shortly after 2 p.m., the victim couldn't have been eating anything at all. No. Additionally, there's more. You have assured the court with unwavering self-confidence that the victim was dining alone. But that cannot possibly be the case. Because the victim, as we now know, had just had one of his teeth extracted and was still experiencing the effects of anesthetic. Oh.
Expertly done. Partner!
Kazuma like, you want me to finish the job? You want me to murder them all? Ryunosuke's like, no, be chill.
Want me to strike them down where they stand? Oh, new message in chat.
Yes. Glad you've been, nice. Enjoying Genshin Impact. Very good. It's a good game.
What fun, and we just got a lot of new content in Genshin too, so there's plenty of cool new stuff to check out.
Yeah, the Kazim.
The Kazim.
Check it myself at some point.
Yeah. Suddenly just wanted in there. Or barely have wanted in there myself, yeah. What? What is this nonsense, you little upstart? These are baseless accusations. Just look at this photographic evidence.
There's no one sitting there.
You can clearly see the plate of food at the victim's table. Oh. Use your head. That's the very discrepancy we're talking about. Or can't you follow the logic? How dare you? I think it's fair to say that the tables in this restaurant have turned.
Kazuma, please.
Wouldn't you agree, Ryunosuke?
Yes, most definitely. So, having just undergone some dental surgery, the victim was unable to eat. Which leaves one very crucial conundrum. Who, in fact, was eating the pictured beef steak? The court will hear the opinion of the defense on this new puzzle. I assume you're ready, counsel? Counsel? Oh, that means me.
All right. The answer to this question is going to be pivotal. This is the start of you turning this trial around. Show them what you're made of.
Got it.